Now that we have finished the Eminence in Shadow, we're gonna make an anime review about it. This is actually the first time I'm making an anime review, a full-on anime review. So bear with me if I make some mistakes. Please do let me know in the comments what are the mistakes that I made, or am I missing something, or did I skip something? Because this is actually the first time. What I'm about to show you in the screen right here is the criteria that I made. This is only a first time blueprint, by the way. I'm gonna improve it on the future anime reviews. So yeah, just bear with it for now, and we will go ahead and the intro of why the Eminence in the Shadow is so great. So first, plot genre setting, we start off with Sid Kagano, who is someone that admires children. No. Sid Kagano admires heroes that works in the shadows. He is a person who loves those types of characters, and in the end, he turned into one himself. He literally became the Eminence in Shadow. As he grew up, he became obsessed with it and saving people from time to time. In the morning, he trains, goes to school, learns. He's actually pretty smart as well, which is quite amazing for a single human being. Being smart, being physically fit, he's like everything a human should admire. But at night, he becomes the menace that tears on villains. He captures criminals. I don't know if he killed people, but yeah. But anyway, we move on, and he dies via Raccoon. Raccoon never misses, man. And he gets transported or reincarnated into another world. Another future beholds him as Sid Kagano again. He lives again as Sid Kagano. What a coincidence, by the way. And he has a loving sister, a loving family, a bald dad, and a strong mom. Now that he is living in a world full of magic, his goal is becoming more clear. And he had a thought one day when he was still on Earth that when a nuclear bomb pops out on his head, he can't do anything about it. That's why in this world, in a world full of magic, he will become the nuke himself. The genre from what I saw in the anime is simply action. It's really action-packed. It's somewhat a little bit of slice of life in some parts, but not really. There's some slight drama here and there. I felt sad for Rose, by the way. And there are a lot of comedy moments. The most comedic funny moment for me, or made me laugh my ass off, was the one where Sid was acting like a dog for Alexia. I don't know if you laughed at that part. If you didn't, then maybe you have high resistance to humor. But yeah, I enjoy that part really much, that it's ingrained in my mind. I always remember that part when seeing Alexia and Sid. The setting is in a world full of magic. I already said it earlier. So yeah, that's my overall assessment of the plot, genre, and setting. Let's move on to the characters of the show. First, we have Sid Kagano. Sid Kagano is actually a person who is pretty much smart, a genius, prodigy perhaps, and he is really determined to become the Eminence in Shadow. I really like his determination, man, his way of thinking as well. To become the Eminence, he has to do everything, like training, learning. You could say to other people that to become someone great, you should simply learn, you should read stuff, you should train your body. In reality, it's actually pretty hard to do those stuff, right? A lot of us are having flabby bodies. That's reality, guys. That's the truth in life. It's hard. What I love the most about Sid, though, is that he, as a character, just gets into weird coincidences, man, and he doesn't even know what's happening around him, yet he makes his actions connect by coincidence, man. Stories about the Diablo's cult that he just made said is a great character. Now for the 7 shades, I'll only pick a few or mention a few because I don't know much about the others. So let's go ahead for Alpha. Alpha is pretty much fine. Nice character, to be honest. She's pretty much pretty. But yes, in all seriousness, Alpha, like her name suggests, is the alpha of the Shadow Garden. Other than Sid, you know, she manages everything accordingly and builds Shadow Garden in the shadows. Like Sid wants it. Without Sid knowing though. I don't even know if Sid knows that they have a base right now. You'll probably know in the future. Now we're moving on to Beta. Beta is actually among the 7 shades. She is the person or the character that I like the most. She's the more involved among the 7 shades. Alpha being second because we didn't see that much of Alpha. We saw her the first part, the after Sid was being interrogated and get humiliated. We saw her, and at Rose, she invited Rose. But yeah, we didn't see much of Alpha, yet we saw a lot of Beta. She even connected with Alexia, right? Remember that part? Who else from the characters? We see Claire Cagano. Claire, the sis of Sid, is actually pretty much a broken, an obsessed one, to be honest. More or less, that's Claire Cagano's character. An obsessive sister, older sister to Sid. Moving on, we have Rose Oriana, or no, let's go first with Alexia. Alexia, at the very least, Alexia grew. She grew as a character. She was pretty much stubborn at first, pretty much cold. Well, she is still cold, but now that she finally let go of her, let's say, luck, or what I mean is are chains that are holding her down, because before she didn't really want to move forward or was locked up behind her sister's success. But since seeing Shadow Sword technique, she got inspired and she let go of her past and moved on. That's showing character growth for Alexia, by the way. And moving on from Alexia, we got Iris, who felt bad in the last episode. She really got humbled right there. Or I don't know if she got humbled or even got more stubborn. But yes, she's dealing with a lot of things at the end of the episode, of the final episode. So hopefully she grows as a character. Don't know much about her. Other than she's being more obsessed with Shadow Garden rather than the Diablo Skull. That's my big problem with Iris so far. So yes, but who else are the characters? Sherry. Hopefully Sherry becomes peaceful. Oh boy, the sooth-loving Sherry, lovable Sherry, is now becoming a villain obsessed with Shadow. Imagine if they meet up and she realizes that Shadow is Sid. That's gonna be an awful moment for her. But I don't even know if she still likes Sid. I think she already forgot about him. Don't know. But yes, hopefully she goes back to the good old days. Now we go with Rose. Rose, oh, I felt sad for Rose. I didn't actually think that Rose will become somewhat of a important character in the series that will be obsessed with... No, not really obsessed. She really likes Sid from the bottom of her heart, which is actually quite nice. And all throughout the series, it practically was just going with the flow and was just ignoring her moves when she's making moves on him, because Sid is Sid. But yeah, it's quite sad. Hopefully she meets Sid and learns Sid is actually Shadow. So overall, the characters of the series, out of 10, I'll give them a 9 out of 10. The characters are actually involved, they actually show character growth, and they are quite nice. And I like the characters. It's actually also nice that a character irritates me. Iris irritates me a little bit. It means that it's working, right? The characters are made as what their roles are. Moving on, favorite episode. This is pretty much obvious, by the way. My favorite episode is episode 5. Episode 5 is when the best moment as well. I'll also include my favorite moment here. The favorite moment I have for the Eminence and Shadow, the series, the anime series, is when Sid made his first appearance, when Shadow Garden made their first appearance, and Sid just simply said, "I That whisper though, that whisper to the ears is pretty much finesse. I pretty much love that episode from start to finish. It showed my favorite moment, favorite episode, and it synced in my mind that this show is worth watching from start to finish. That's why I finished the series as well. Favorite character? It's pretty much obvious at this point. Sid is my favorite character of the show. I don't know about you guys. If you have any other favorite characters, please do let me know. Please do explain why, because it's pretty much explainable at this point why I love Sid as a character and why is he my favorite. So yes, please do let me know in the comments. Next is the impression of the series. For impression from start to finish, I have felt that, I'm gonna be honest, there are moments that are quite bland. There are a lot of moments though that I really enjoyed, but let's say for the moments that I think are quite bland were episode 16 to 17, because I think those were setup episodes. Yeah, it just felt like filler, but at the same time it was not filler, but it just felt like it was dragged on, right? But it still helps as a build up for the next few episodes, and it did its job, a job well done. But yes, I think it's still dragged on, by the way. But overall, the impression I have was pretty good for a 20 episode anime. The overall impression I have, yeah, it's pretty much good. If I will rewatch it or not, I will probably in after maybe a year or two not watching it, and I'll feel like I want to watch it again. I'll probably do it like that. Most of the time I watch anime, I do it like that. Even if I read some novel like The Second Coming of Gluttony, I've read it around 2019, and I keep on reading it every year since then. Even Arifureta Tokugyo, I do that as well. So yeah, impression of the series. Will I rewatch it? Yep. Will I read the novel? I don't know. I'm still clueless about that. The manga, I don't know if the manga is even further ahead than the anime, but yeah, let's see how it goes. That's my impression on it. Good points and bad points. For the good points, I'm gonna give it, the characters are pretty much connected with the story. They actually grow. That's one. The setting is actually nice, and it's actually explained all throughout the series. One more thing in the good points is that the plot is seemingly, it might seem cringy, but it actually complements the story, because Sid, the goal of Sid is actually complementary to the theme of the anime. On the bad points, the only thing that I feel it felt bad was that some parts felt dragged on, to be honest. Like episode 16 and 17, and let's say before the school arc where the school got invaded. Yeah, the episode before that, well, those were setups, but yeah, that's the only bad thing that I could think of for now. But yes, this is the first review, so after this we're gonna make a follow-up review after checking the comments. So yes, well, yeah, those are the good points and bad points for now. Let's go on to the music. The music, to be honest, it's pretty much superb, man. There are music or the soundtrack when Dead's or Shadow's moment, it's going to be epic. You know when it's going to be epic, when the music comes in. If you just think of the music right now, or when Sid is or Shadow is here, you probably could remember it, right? So yeah, the music is actually a 10 out of 10 for me. The openings and endings were pretty much nice. I love the blend or the aesthetics of the opening, as well as showing us a vibe where Shadow or the Seven Shades are at Earth, rather than just showing us clips of the show, right? It kind of reminds me of the opening in Druaga. If you have watched the anime Druaga no To, it has the same vibe of the opening. But yeah, the endings are actually quite neat as well. It's like a jigsaw puzzle of the characters, or the Seven Shades, or the female characters. I don't remember seeing Alexia, Iris, and the others, but I do remember the Shadow Garden members being shown. I also love the ending, but if I have to rate it, I'll rate the opening a staggering 9 and the ending 7. Sorry about that, but yes, for the opening, why I rated 9, it feels good, it feels nice, it just felt like something's missing. I don't know. On the ending, I gave it a 7 because yeah, it's actually quite nice. It's quite unique as well that every ending they're showing the main characters as a jigsaw puzzle. It's being solved, but in the end of the day, I'm looking for visuals, for animation as well. So yeah, but I'll give it a 7. It's also a good score, by the way. So yeah, now let's move on to the animation. In fairness, the animation of the Eminence and Shadow is pretty much brilliant, to be honest, but there are some wacky parts. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it is near perfection, and I love the effort that they're doing with the animation. It's not like there's just some still images and then they move their mouth or something. It took a lot of effort to do this. That's why it's made 20 episodes as well. I think this animation is pretty much one of the higher tiered ones because it's made with effort, not with simply copy paste blah blah blah. Out of 10, I'll give it a 9 as well. Now rating out of 10 the entire series. So from what I've said earlier, characters, I gave it a 9. I gave music, the opening and ending. Opening is a 9 and the ending is a 7. The animation is a 9. More or less, the overall score that I will give is a 9 as well, because they did the animation well. They did the story justice. They didn't. I don't know if they skipped some stuff in from the light novel, because I haven't read the light novel, to be honest. But I heard that this was only volume 1 and 2, right? So they pretty much did everything in the novel, which is pretty much rare currently, right? Because anime lately, especially when adapted from a light novel, literally skips a lot, and I mean a lot. So this is quite rare. The Eminence and Shadow, it's a 9 out of 10. I don't know if you agree or disagree, but do please let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on it, or how do you score Eminence and Shadow as you like. Will I watch the sequel? That's the final question. Definitely yes. Why won't I even watch the sequel? Is there any reason not to watch the sequel? No, there is none. I will watch the sequel because it is nice. I love the story, I love the animation, I love the storytelling. That's why it will interest me in watching this again. I don't know about you guys. Please do let me know if you enjoyed the series as a whole. And yeah. Wow, I actually finished this. Oh wait, before I forget, someone commented about the voice actors. So the voice actors of the show, Sid's voice actor is just pretty much genius, man. I love Alexia's voice actor as well. It's like the characters or the voice actors really nailed the voice acting. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Because look at Beta's voice actor. It's like you could feel that she's loving it, right? She's acting like the character she is portraying. But sometimes when an anime is shown, there are some voice acting that are like lackluster or doesn't even give the effort to do so. So yeah, I give the voice acting 10 out of 10. I almost skipped that part, by the way. So yeah, it doesn't affect the total score. It's still a 9 out of 10. But yes, now that I'm done, these are my questions for you now. What is your favorite episode? What is your favorite moment? Who is your favorite character? Please do let me know why is he your favorite character. Are there any good points, bad points that I missed, so I could make another video about it, talk about it if I think you're right and you're wrong. Is the music good for you? Is it bad? Are the openings nice for you? What's your rating on the openings and endings? Do you rate the animation? And your overall rating out of 10? Please do let me know in the please do let me know in the comments. Okay, because that's it for this video, guys. Don't worry if I missed out anything. I'm gonna do it again so that we shall make the perfect Eminence in Shadow video for the future season. And by the way, I almost forgot that last question. Will you watch the sequel or not? It's quite pretty much obvious if you finish the video, by the way, that you're gonna watch the sequel. Yeah, see you soon, maybe. Ending remarks. I'm always thankful for you guys for supporting this channel. I always like your support that you're giving me. And hopefully, if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe. You know, it's a simple click the button. It's a subscribe button. Anyway, see you soon. Oh, before that, if you have any suggestions on what anime review should I do next, please do let me know in the comments. I am free to make a full-on anime review. I'm becoming more confident as I make more videos, man. I'm actually pretty much shy. I'm a shy type person, dude. I don't do these kinds of things before, but as I started, I just gained confidence more and more. Anyway, that's it. See you soon. Peace out.